welcome to Vaught-Hemingway Stadium, home of the Ole Miss Rebels. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Fielded in the end zone, it's Spears. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Rebels offense will start this game off. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have 2 guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off the defense. You've got 2 very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game...
Turning it on! Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Rebels trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking to fire. And just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Might be calling a hot route. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Trying to escape and get it himself. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
That is what I'm talking about. So many guys lose where they're at in the field, lose the down and distance. It's 3rd down. I can't slide. QB knows it. Nice job using his noggin and his heart, lowering the shoulder to get the first down on 3rd down.
He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out. But when things break down, they get off schedule. You've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
And the Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They've been running it, but now the pass. Right on the money. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. They've put this ball on lockdown. 8th play of the drive coming up. Looking to throw on 1st down. Gets it to him on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. The Rebels have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. They're about to snap it for the 10th time on this opening drive, but they need a conversion to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. The quick out. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And the Rebels will come to the line to convert on 4th down. He'll go to the sneak. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? So Texas A&M's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over, he got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often, they hit him early, they got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down, he started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important in this one, David, up front, they do a better job of helping him stay on his feet to get into a rhythm.
The best quarterbacks in the history of the game, when you continue to hit them, they become very human, and they start to rush their thought process. So he got hit early, and he got hit often last week, and that's why they lost. Position 1, objective number 1 today, protect him, keep him upright, let him get some confidence.
He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense, and here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. The Aggies want to crank the tempo.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. It was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. He finds a dead spot in the middle. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. And the Aggies are on the move. Looking downfield on 1st down. It's complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. The give to the tailback. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Tight end finds a soft spot. Touchdown, Aggie. The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Spears. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Gives it on the option. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Working the middle. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. The Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man quickly. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Trying to make magic with his feet. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Early movement on the offense will push them back a bit.
False start offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires and picked off. Looking for more room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the backfield.
A strike downfield. Running wide open down the gut of the field. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They'll move the wide receiver. Back to pass on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Another incompletion on 3rd down. And the Rebels send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. Makes a move. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. Quarterback on the keeper. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week...
Oh, he's got some space. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Texas A&M going quickly.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
We're only in the first half already. This guy's got 2 TD passes, so you could see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Complete in the middle. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. Texas A&M ready to go with another first down. Wants to throw on first down. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Pressure coming. And they'll bring him down for the sack.
And this offense, man, they're going to have to figure something out. And this is already getting out of hand, but they're going to have to protect their quarterback. They're going to have to start throwing the football and having some success, because right now, they got a bagel up on the scoreboard.
The Rebels now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air.
Man, there are defensive players out there that can just take games over, and that's what's happening with this guy right now. He is not cooperating with the offensive game plan. A sack on 2 consecutive plays, and now on third down, you know he's pinning his...
The heat got to him, and he just sort of froze and got tackled in the end zone for a safety. And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Really good looking run there on the option. And Aggie quarterbacks giving defenses fits with their legs is something we've seen before, right? Johnny Manziel. He didn't run a lot of option, but he was so slippery, so tough to bring down. This guy right here has a little bit of that in him as well. He just has a way to kind of slide and slip around tackles. Just gives defenses fits.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Aggies racing to the line in the hurry-up. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got the tight end. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
You coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. To the air on first down. He's going to run it. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
This guy already has a touchdown. He almost had his second right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his speed and his God-given ability does the rest. He's got his offense in great field position.
Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
And you got to get locked into the red zone. A lot of defense coordinators will tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Here's the pressure. Oh, what a cut. Touchdown, Aggies. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Off play action. Under fire. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Quarterback making checks. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Quickly complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. Looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A memorable first half of football so far today at Oxford. And this offense has been the story through 2 quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right. And with that, let's head back to the Grove and our fellas at Vaught Hemingway Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. And the Rebels will line up to kick off and start the second half. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the 3rd. Snags it quickly on the left. There he goes. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. And the Aggies come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Got his man out of the backfield. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. They'll need to get this one to the 31 here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Flips it out to the back. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. So they'll send out the field goal unit. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. He slides that just inside the right upright. And that lead grows even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one today? Iowa is down right now inside Kinnick Stadium, but this young man under center has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born in Iowa City today. They're trailing by 11 to Michigan. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though.
It's picked off, and another empty drive. He'll try to take it back. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. That is a tough one to take. They had the interception, but it's taken away by the pass interference penalty. So after the flag, a fresh set of downs for the offense. It's 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. The Rebels want to pick up the tempo.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The offense changing the play. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. And the Rebels will punt this one away. First punt was gorgeous. Let's see if he can do it again. And they can't get on top of it to down it, so that ball will come out to the 20. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
The Aggies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Finds it back in the middle. He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the first down. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. Slips through the line. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Looking downfield on first down. Sends it downfield. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're late in the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But
he wants to go deep. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that off.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
They think there's room to run to the right here. Breaks into the open. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 24. A big run, creating a little space for this offense. 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. They're going to ride this running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
You don't get a lot of chances like that in games, guys. Take shots downfield, and when you get open, you got to finish the play. The wideout's going to wish he had that one back.
Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Looking deep down the right side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. They'll run it to the right. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. The Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. Might be changing the route. From the gun, the ground game. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There have been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
Finds his big tight end. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. And the Rebels have their offense in high gear. They're going to run it. Runs through the tackle.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Off the play fake. Looking for space to the left. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He might want another play. On 4th down, looking for the completion. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up. Run it. Do something. You can't take a sack on 4th down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Yeah, it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Runs through a tackle. Turning it on. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
Man, this is a punch to the gut. When you know you're losing, and you know you got to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the football, and they still run the football down your throat. It's been that kind of day for this defense.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And the Aggies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The last 2 plays have not gone as scripted. It's 3rd and 19. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Makes the catch. He gets it in. Touchdown, Aggies. They tack on a little extra here in the 4th and just about set to break this long losing streak.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
He's out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Maybe another step, another block, and he gets more, but the offense will take over there. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then you...
He hurls one deep down the left side. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw again. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Finds the tight end. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Defense looks as if it's coming. Wide receiver comes in motion. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Aggies line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Motion from the wide receiver. Got it looking for the first down. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
40, Ole Miss, 0.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time they're on the field.
Gets it out quickly. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. Wants to go up top on first down. He wants a big play here late. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. That's not the way you'd like to start this set of downs. It's now 1st and 20. Use the play fake, now to throw. This time he's got his man. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Second down, he'll throw it. Rushes on him. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. They get to him as he throws. Intercepted. Oh, what a play. Bringing it back. The 10. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Rebels.
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this play? Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house, maybe build some momentum for some future games.
Lining up for the PAT. Bangs it through for an extra point. At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Not a lot of drama in this one as they just get punched in the face and lose by double figures.
Not a lot of drama, but there is a lot to fix on offense, on defense, on special teams. This team, David, they've got a lot to figure out.
Yeah, but you know what, Jesse? The coaches are going to be in a great mood. The bus rides, the plane rides, those will all be real fun. Practice this week, it's going to be a blast.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.